Hi, I'm Dreamcat. I'm a casual Pokemon fan. I don't get super into the deeper ends of it, but I love Pokemon. And I started playing Pokemon with X and Y when I was in middle school. So when ZA came out, I was actually quite excited to be back in Lumiose City. Now I love ZA, and I'm still spending a lot of time playing it. I really can't be disappointed when it comes to Pokemon games. I mean, I played Sword and Shield and I liked it. Um, but there is one thing that I find really interesting, and that's the architecture of Luminous City, which is what I want to look over today. Let's start with my favorite thing, and it's these benches, which are specifically anti-homeless benches, although they don't seem to have end caps. My question is, why would they choose anti-homeless benches? And I looked it up. Those pretty much look exactly like the ones you'll find around France, which is where ZA is supposed to take place. I just don't understand the choice there. There are actually two other types of benches in ZA, although they're really scarce. It's these flat ones that are in the little arenas. There's two in each one. They're really short. They come up to my calves about, although I guess our character is supposed to be a child. And they also aren't anti-homeless, but they don't have backs either. Here's the last kind of bench you can find. It's only on one street in the city, but these little nubbins I think are supposed to be benches. You can find a girl sitting with her fox on it, but they are very strange and they look kind of out of place. Moving on to our biggest offender are the fucking buildings in this game, man. A lot of them, or a majority of them, are these 2D prints that wrap and kind of copy and paste onto each other. Some of them don't cut off right, as you can see right there on the left side of the screen. And they look really strange. You don't notice it a majority of the game, but then I started to notice things like this, where the building next to me has zero 3D detail, and then this one just suddenly does, with these outstretching windows. And you'll see in a minute here that there are balconies, which is weird because there's also 2D balconies on that same building. These balconies follow through about 3 or 4 buildings, and they are not symmetrical and layer on top of the 2D balconies. I don't know how this happened. I don't know what the thought process is here. My best guess is that the 2D models or like the 2D drawings for the buildings were maybe like line work, and then they were supposed to expand it out into like 3D. The balconies are in weird places anyways, and they don't really function, so I'm not sure. Here's a look at one of the few detailed buildings in the entire game, which I would expect this. Hotel Z actually has fully 3D windows that actually jut out and pit into the building, which actually looks really nice. The windows, I will say, are in very, very strange places, and there's a ton of them, and the balconies themselves, I feel, serve zero purpose. But you can see that this entire building, except for the ones adjacent to it, has a lot of texture to it, given it's still not a ton. While I was looking at the building, I actually noticed that the area around Hotel Z is actually quite detailed, and I do like it. Besides the windows, which are a frequent flyer in this game, the side area with the tree and the gate and the water hose actually look pretty nice. I do like it. And just a short conclusion for this video is the architecture in this game is fucking weird. And I would say that, all things considered, the city doesn't look that great. I think it's very ugly on the eyes, especially when you finish the game and start really walking around. It looks like this is all supposed to be a background piece or something you'd find in a skybox. But that being said, I still fucking love this game. I can't not like it. The new multiplayer battles, as you see in the background, they're so fun, and I love the new battle system, and everything's great. Side note, I didn't know Urbane could be a woman until yesterday, which is crazy. I got stuck with male Urbane. Not to say that male Urbane's bad, I actually quite like him. But, could have had a female. Big bummer. Anyways, see you guys.